Oh, brother. Let's talk about this, guys. This is your weekly astrology forecast from Born Without Boundaries. I have named this week's video Summer Lovin' Quality Control. Hello. Because the whole, where does the trouble begin? It's not actually trouble. It's actually extremely exciting. It's actually extremely illuminating. There's a lot of awareness that is happening. There's a lot of wonderful things that are happening in the sky that make sure that we maintain our high standards. And we are going into the summer of Lovin', and we are going into Venus and Mars both in Leo. So they're confident, they're powerful, they know themselves. They aren't necessarily, they know themselves, they know what they want. Venus needs a lot of attention when she's in Leo, absolutely. And Mars can be a little overconfident, but ultimately you're talking about what we want out of love and how we love. We're very, very secure in it. The universe is supporting our confidence. It's also supporting our high standards. Saturn is right across from Venus. Actually, it's right across from Venus and Mars, kind of forcing them to look at themselves. Look at yourself. Look at what you're doing. Look at what you want. You know, and in Leo, they could be overconfident, but Saturn's kind of like holding them down and saying, standards. Why do you want those things? Do you want it because it's beautiful? Do you want it because it's actually good? Right? It's quality control that's happening all week long, but also some beautiful realizations, because Neptune is now in retrograde. And I actually like when Neptune goes into retrograde. It can be a rough time for some people because it's kind of like the scene from Wizard of Oz where Toto pulls the curtain back and you see what the wizard really is. Just a bunch of smoke and mirrors, and you see behind the smoke and mirrors. But there's a magic even in that, because I think the truth, reality is a beautiful thing. So we're kind of like getting real with ourselves, and we're getting real with others. This is a beautiful week to meet somebody because of our level of ability to accept even our own imperfections, and our ability to not overproduce some sort of fantastical qualities toward people that we meet. This is a beautiful time for self-realization, for opportunities to come in. We'll talk about it because when we get to Friday, things are off the hook. And I'm telling you guys right now, Friday, the universe might just be conspiring in your favor to put these beautiful opportunities in your way. This is kind of like when the fate train rolls around. Woo woo! Fate train is coming to town, baby. And you're not going to miss this. You can't miss this. If it's meant to be, fate is going to get ya. So, you know that I read off of this sheet that I have to prepare ahead of time. It's part of my mental organization, and it helps me a great deal. My North Node is in Virgo. These things don't come to me naturally, so organizing and structuring my thoughts can be really difficult. So, go along with me, roll along, and of course I'll interrupt to explain some stuff. But you'll see that this week is actually, I'm really excited for it. There's just something about it that I think is extra special, awesome. So Uranus, this is an overview, okay? Uranus is square to Saturn and Mars is square to Uranus. So Uranus is in the middle of kind of a tough spot right now. Don't make any sudden moves now, meaning don't try to suddenly make up for lost time. Don't. You know, it's like Uranus wants to make change. But if Uranus tries to do something really sudden, you're gonna fuck everything up. I'm just gonna say it, because squares to Mars could actually mean physical injury, especially to your head and neck area. And square to Saturn, well, it's been square to Saturn for a while. That's like the biggest conjunction that's happening all year. There's a constant sort of battle between the old and the new. And hey, yo, did we throw the baby out with the bathwater? Because that's not wise, right? I know we want change, but we also have to keep the lessons that we learned from the old. Not everything that is old. And lots of times that's what happens, right? When we want to change, we're just like, get rid of everything. Dumb idea. Stupid. Leave that one out. But that's the conflict that's going on in the sky right now, is for us to start sifting through, because that's the hard stuff, right? The hard stuff is to sift through all of the details. North Node in Gemini, hello. Sift through all of the details to see, but this was good, so we got to keep it. And it's like an itemization of morality and the way we should be. The easy way, the lazy way, is to sort of Sagittarius style, lump everything together into categories and throw it all out. But that's just not the way that we have to do things. And we have to be a lot better and a lot more mature and a lot more precise about shit right now, right? And so all week long, that's especially playing out when Venus and Mars come together. They roll into Leo. Well, Mars is already in Leo, but Venus rolls into Leo Sunday. So top of the week, babes, top of the week, June 27th, is when all this really starts to, I don't want to say unravel, but unveil itself, reveal itself. So don't try to all of a sudden make sudden changes, because thinking things through and self-control is essential. Saturn's got a really strong grip on everybody, which means it's telling everybody to grow the fuck up. Be mature. Be in control of yourself. Think before you act. Saturn rewards steady and consistent commitment. And anything we try to just throw into place now will be jacked up. Just letting you know. We can't get away with hack jobs now. If you try, and those who try, you're going to be called out and embarrassed. Then I'm talking about A on your chest, social embarrassment. So slow and steady is key, even for change. So change is absolutely necessary. Uranus is definitely having an impact, but you do not honor the past and all it's provided by throwing it away or discrediting it. So if you suddenly realize this week that what you haven't done or what you still want to do, by all means, start doing it, but do not rush it or try to cut corners to get the benefits more quickly than you deserve. Remember, if you're just starting now, the people who started 20 years are going to be getting the rewards, not you. But you should use that as inspiration and be like, look, that's what I want to do. In 20 years, that's where I will be. But that's the kind of mindset that you have to have right now, because if you try to do a slop job and cut in line, you're gonna mess everything up. This is where the cosmic and karmic eye is right now, and it will spot that haphazard BS from light years away. This week is the test of how ready we really are. Are we as good at those things? Are we as good at those things as we think we are? This week, your readiness to move forward will be put on display and made painfully obvious to you. Expect setbacks that aren't really setbacks. They're just things that up until now you found a way to avoid. Think about that. You can't avoid the things now. They are front and center. Toward the end of the week, love gets real and raw and more beautiful than it has ever been. Our old sensibilities seem senseless now because we see now how inaccurate they were. Opportunity for love may come to you in a faded way. So let's roll into the day-by-day play-by-play starting with June 27th, Sunday. So Venus joins Mars in Leo. Fire, combustion, egos flare up and explosive interactions occur that could be beautiful. This is about meeting, finding, or realizing your equal. Expect that you will, that's right, baby. The queen meets the king. Okay? Expect you will feel very good about yourself with these two in Leo. You can't help but feel confident and have your standards high. You won't settle now, but there may be headbutts, and that can actually be good. Tell people the truth about who you are up front. They'll do the same for you. We can actually see each other's hearts now, because that's really what Leo rules. Leo rules the heart, right? So this is a good time to show your heart and to see your heart and to see each other's hearts. We can actually see each other's hearts now. It's important now to keep the passion stoked in a relationship, or you will easily get bored if you are in a relationship. Jupiter, now in retrograde, is favorable to Venus, making her deeply spiritual and moral. She knows what she wants now, and it's not all about looks. It's about heart and soul. Your instincts will be on point now. Uranus is square to Mars and the moon and Saturn. The desire for change might be desperate now. So could the impulse to force things to happen? That's the red flag. That's the warning. And I think that's the trap. Anyone overly desperate will be easily exposed now. The North Node is using this energy to expose the false ones. The ones faking progress and pushing for change. So don't force anything. Go with your heart. Do you believe in your person? Do you believe in your objective? Do you believe in yourself? Then show them respect and honor and integrity. These things are key right now. The sun in Cancer is opposite the moon in Aquarius right now. It's also square to Chiron, who has been taking care of others, just to serve themselves. Ask yourself that question, because that's kind of what's going to be revealed. Like a lot of people are out here trying to be like, oh, I'm doing it for you, and bullshit. That's the bullshit that's going to come out, right? That will be exposed today. This could have some far-reaching implications for organizations. With Neptune in retrograde now, we won't be able to see things with rose-colored glasses on. We'll see things raw and real. And if we don't like what we see, it won't last. You'll feel deeply changed and awakened because of Pluto sextile Neptune in retrograde. What you experience now will reshape your ideals. Why? Because when Neptune goes into retrograde, it's kind of like when we wake up from a dream. And we have time to process the dream and say, wow, that shit was ridiculous, or wow, that shit taught me something. And it's in that waking moment where you start to process new dreams in your head, new goals, new aspirations based on what your psyche has taught you. And I wouldn't be surprised if the past 5 days up until Sunday, you've been sleeping more. You've been dreaming a lot more because you're getting ready to wake up and your body is processing psychically what it needs to process to prepare for Neptune to wake us the fuck up. During this transit, you won't be able to look away or unsee what you saw. So what is revealed to you now during Neptune retrograde, it's defining your new reality. Mantra, I am truth. The light that shines in me is source. I allow it to radiate through me and honor the light in others. It's very important to remember your connectivity right now. Monday, June 28th rolls around. Watch out today for Neptune and Mercury are square, and that means not thinking very clearly, though Neptune in retrograde means we could be overreacting to the truth and turning it into a delusion. This is where we become aware of our self-deceptions. Today, we're cleaning out the closet of old thoughts and ideals that we can now see are just plain and stupid. It won't be easy for someone to put one over on you now. And feel free to ask, sometimes I can't read my writing, even though it's typed, I know. And feel free to ask somebody to check things over more than once. The moon is in Pisces with Neptune and Jupiter both in retrograde now. Saturn is still opposite Mars, so our actions or inaction is being judged. Issues will arise which you have no control over now, but you always have control over your actions. How will you react? That's kind of the setup right now. This is a true testament to who you really are. This is why people will be super exposed right now, showing themselves for their true selves. Our understanding of what we desire is so strong that that clashes are natural now. This is a cosmic sorting of the pot. There is no way to jump into summer lovin'. There is no better way to jump into summer lovin' than Venus and Mars and Leo. With Venus in a bit of discord with Mercury. The lady wants what she wants, and it's getting hot in here. Woo! Saturn is making sure we've put our action where our mouth is. We will be rewarded for taking action on what really matters to us now, with the moon on top of Jupiter on this day, both in a very loving and social sign of Pisces. Expect lots of parties and popularity, feeling great in social situations. Flirting will occur. Can you say hedonism? That's on Monday, which is really sucky, honestly, because like everybody's back to work on Monday. I wish this happened over the weekend. That would have been off the hook. That would have been off the hook. Mantra for Monday: life is for living, and I allow life to happen. I am love. I am virility. I am magic. Tuesday, June 29th. Today, the moon is in Pisces and it's square to the north and south nodes, meaning you haven't addressed or looked at all the information, basically everything that you've learned. You haven't really looked over your life really carefully. There's some stuff that you have to review. Maybe you generalized too much and you thought that would do, but nope. Because details are important benchmarks of proficiency, but especially expertise. And you can expect to be called out on your mistakes and oversights today. Pluto is in difficult aspect to the North Node, and with Saturn simultaneously opposite Mars, your need for expertise is a must. This is not the time to try to bullshit your way through something. Integrity is key today. If you don't know something, admit it and ask for help. Someone's lack of understanding will be evident today, and they could be brought down a couple of pegs for trying to get more than they deserved. It's also when it becomes clear how we've attributed too much value to things that aren't worth it. So today is the day when it becomes very clear. The difference between confidence and competence becomes very clear. I wrote a blog about it. It's on my website. Go check it out. The difference between confidence and competence. Confidence really fucking fucks our brains in a lot of ways. Confidence, especially with all that Leo energy, sometimes we just want to believe things. We're lazy. Most humans are lazy. We got lazy brains. We want people to figure shit out for us, right? So it's like if people with confidence comes in and says, I can do it, I'm so proficient, I have this experience and that experience, because they really are psyched on themselves, but then where's your proficiency? Can you really get it done? How competent are you really? There's a difference between confidence and competence, and that is going to be so evident today, it's going to be painful in terms of the mistakes, in terms of your choices, and in terms of other people's. Also, do not push and do not pretend, because that square between Mars and Uranus is still there, and you could actually get yourself into a really fucked up and dangerous situation if you overstep and you are not prepared today. So don't fucking do it. I'm just saying. And call somebody out quickly if you see a lack of proficiency in somebody else. Let's see. So someone's lack of understanding, they could be brought down a couple pegs for trying to. It's also when it becomes clear. Okay. It also when it becomes clear how we've attributed too much value to things that weren't worth it. It could be a hard lesson learned for someone, and I hope it's not too hard. This would be a beautiful day to welcome a new mentor into your life, or when you'll be attracted to those people who can help you improve yourself, as long as you are humble and don't let pride get in your way and open yourself up for the lesson. That is a beautiful way to use this energy, and that is how Papa Saturn is going to be like, okay, this motherfucker gets it. Okay, I like this one. Okay. That's that kind of mentality that we really have to take on. I would say this whole week. I would say in life in general. Also, be wary of confidence. I just said this. It is not the same as competence. Both the moon and Neptune are in Pisces, making things difficult for Mercury and the North Node in Gemini. So we desperately want our generalizations to be all we need now, that we may be willing to throw smoke in our own eyes, just to not have to do the heavy lifting of thinking things through and looking at the details. Be wary of those individuals who will sell their opinions as expertise. They are not the same thing. Let me repeat that to you. And this is what's going to start to be exposed. Opinion is not the same thing as expertise. Just because somebody speaks with confidence because they think something does not mean that they're experts in that field and they've done any quantifiable studies or have any real data or any real research. Do not believe, I'm telling you right now, the news is really horrible for this. The media, really horrible for this. They paint people's opinions as expertise, and the two are not the fucking same. I think best case in point that I can think of right now is Oprah Winfrey. God bless her. As long as she stays focused on bringing attention to something, that's great. But Oprah is not an expert in mental health. She's never fucking studied psychology a day in her life. She does not have degrees. She's not a clinician. She's got no expertise in the field. She is only a media mogul who has the power to bring attention to something. So as long as she stays in that position, she's sincere. She's doing good. But if she starts to attribute herself as an expert in that position, or anybody that she's working with, well, if she's working with experts, that's a different thing. And I hope that she is. But that's a good example. Just because somebody has a position on something doesn't mean they're actually an expert or have actually done any research on that position. So this will be the day to really check that competency level because it's going to be really important today. Mantra, integrity, practice, patience, performance. Angels give me strength to stand in all of these. Every day of my life, I see truth. I am truth. Wednesday, June 30th rolls around. Happy hump day. Saturn opposite Venus. What a difficult position you put us in. It's the beginning of the summer and we want to play and have fun, but nope. Here you are forcing us to have standards. Shit. This transit teaches us about having real value, about insisting on it, even if that makes things more difficult for us. What did your past do for you that was so great? Both Venus and Mars are trying the South Node now. Looking back may be too easy. Getting caught up in how things were or what happened to us can be too easy. Use this energy as a way to review what your past taught you and see if it's actually true. We learn lots of bad lessons, especially in love and money, and they may not have been true. Our South Node has already taught us what we need to know, so it's time now to move forward. We are hardwired now to demand the best and to see the reality for what it is, even if our heart is tempted to pull us back into fantasy land. The moon in Pisces is trine to Venus, but it's in conflict with Mars, so we may be getting a wake-up call as to how our fantasies have set us back in order to motivate us to move forward. It's time to use what we know, even if that means learning how we've messed up. In order to motivate ourselves to move forward and do better. Mantra for today: the past is my springboard to an even better future. The present is the road I travel on. Day by day, I walk with faith toward love. Let's go on. We move on to Thursday, July 1st. Rabbit, rabbit. As soon as you open your mouth in the morning, say rabbit, rabbit for good luck for the rest of the month. Listen, it may just be superstition, but it really doesn't do much. It doesn't hurt to try, right? Okay. Saturn is pulling us back today like an arrow about to be released. You've heard the meme. I know you've seen it. The tension has mounted. It's like a cosmic ball busting to make sure quality control is on point. Imagine an inspector coming in right before opening day and giving you a list of things that you have to fix. That's where we are in love and romance today. We're not going to let anybody slide by, but we have the confidence and faith to be honest about our concerns. What we have to work on is the patience to address the details. I'm going to read that again because it's actually very important. What we really have to work on is the patience to address the details. Frustration will lead to great success today if you have the strength to look over your setbacks and to learn from them. Not to look over them, but like to look over them, to review them, and then to learn from them. This could help you emerge as a leader. Relationships are going through a truth-telling time where things get really raw. We are now asked to look at our decisions in love and understand our motivations. This is when those issues that have been bugging us will surface for us to face them. It may feel as though it's the worst time ever, but no, it's the best time. Your desires and what you actually need are conflicted, and you are starting to see why. This is an important day for our awakening to loving others in a different way for different reasons. The type of person we used to be attracted to has changed. We get it now. We were idiots. We understand that. That's why the frustration is there. That's why things never worked out, because they were wrong for us. What we wanted was a stupid fantasy, and we don't just want fantasy anymore. This may be the day you realize you have feelings for somebody that you didn't originally think would be much to you, but we're wiser now. Allow your unique ways to shine through. This is why people will notice you. Be strong enough to tell the truth of who you are, and be yourself, your imperfect self, out loud. Mantra for Thursday: I have faith. I am good enough. My uniqueness is my greatest asset. I move forward in faith, guided by love. And then we have Friday, July 2nd. Well, today is the day Venus finally gets it. She's sextile to the North Node, making it natural for us to move forward in love and financial issues. She's learned from and over the past, and the universe is now conspiring to put people and or opportunities in front of us that we are destined for. Honey, Friday is the day, okay? This is when you could honestly, sincerely get introduced to the love of your life, the person of your dreams, the person that the universe meant you for. Like this is kind of it. This is the big old day. So be prepared for that. Don't expect, but you won't have to expect. That's my point. Like opportunities will just be put there. This is sort of like the fated day. She also is Venus. Is also finally confronting Neptune and all the realities revealed by its retrograde. Anything that was hidden will be in plain sight today, and Venus is bold enough to confront it. This could be good things too, right? As in, we're finally ready to see the things that are good for us, or they've finally found us. We're not hiding behind our illusions anymore. We get raw and real, and it's sexy as hell. The sun, I gotta pet my baby. The sun and Chiron are squared, making sure to provide you the vitality to fix defeats or mistakes that you've made. This is the bravest you've ever been, because we're facing our own imperfections and loving them for what they are. This is a great time to meet a new person for romance, because your standards are high and so is your self-love. You won't be inclined to force a good first impression so much as allow yourself to speak honestly for yourself and guide you to the right person. Pluto is intensifying the North Node in Gemini, the sign of personal communications, one-on-one talks, and intellect. This is a great time to really get to know someone and fall for their brain as well as their beauty. Bottom line, this is a great day for love. Even the moon in Aries, which is usually very fiery and quick to jump to conclusions, is now standing strong by our decisions to accept our past instead of deny it or hide from it. You will meet an honest person today. Mantra: I am ready. God, bring me who you have prepared for me. As I am prepared for them, I am ready. And you can also refine that because, say you're not looking for love and romance. You can say, God, bring the opportunity you have prepared for me. As I am prepared for it, I am ready. So it's love, it's big love. It could be definitely love and romance, but it could also be plain and simple, something that you love, a love that you have. The bottom line is it's love. And I think that's what's most important. Saturday, July 3rd, we've reached the end of the week, and has been a kind of a really gorgeous week. Holy moly, this is a passionate day. Dude, that's actually what I wrote. With Venus square to the moon and Uranus conjunction in Taurus, we want and are ready for something new that surprises us and supports our independence. A bit of hedonism can and just may ensue. Chiron is trying to both Venus and Aries on top of each other in Leo, making us Venus and Mars, making us on top of each other in Leo, making us bold through humility, just what all that Leo energy needs. It does. It just needs a little bit of grounding, and it gets it. So it's grounded confidence that we have. It means that our confidence in who we are and what we want has come through experience, pain, failure, and what we've learned from it. So it's earned confidence, which goes right along with actual competence. Neptune and Mercury are still square, but Neptune is in retrograde now, revealing foolish thoughts, making us aware of bad choices or how we've been deceived. We may now see behind the curtain how the magician does his tricks. This could be a coming of age moment when we realize our own immaturity and why we were tricked. It's such a great time for self-realization and partnership where our realism is on point, our standards are high, and our compassion is palpable. The conversations today could be very revealing. Be prepared to fall in love with somebody's truth. Mantra: I am love, I am light, I am joy, I am power, I am truth. Now, I am wishing you a very happy, healthy, beautiful week. I ask that you subscribe to the channel and also subscribe to Born Without Boundaries Tarot. Also on YouTube, I'll attach the link above. That's where you get all your zodiac sign specific weekly tarot card readings, Tuesday through Friday over on Born Without Boundaries Tarot. I invite you to also join me for live daily tarot card readings over on Instagram at born_without_boundaries. And of course, here on Astrology Motivation, I hope you subscribe, you like this video, you share it, you get the word out, and you really enjoy all the videos for this coming week over on Born Without Boundaries Tarot and Born Without Boundaries Vimeo. I love you guys. Maybe I'll definitely see you in the videos. Maybe I'll see you in the lives. Don't forget to say rabbit rabbit on July 1st. Enjoy this beautiful summer, and I will see you in the videos. Bye, guys.